You're all welcome to today's book reading. Today, I'm going to be reading from the book A Good General, authored by Bishop Dag Heward-Mills. Today's reading is titled, Never Forget About War in Times of Peace. Questions for combat readiness. Have you thought of yourself dying suddenly? What would be your response to that? How ready are you for that? Have you thought of the possibility of becoming terminally ill and having to die slowly? What should be your response to that? Have you thought of the possibility of never getting married? Have you thought of the possibility of never having children even though you are married? Have you thought of the possibility of a sudden financial crisis and poverty? What would be your response to that? How ready are you for that? Have you thought of the possibility of being attacked by armed robbers? Is your dwelling place secure and combat ready? Have you thought of the possibility of not being able to preach anymore? How would you survive? Do you have a successor? Do you have a replacement? Have you thought of the possibility of your car tire bursting when you are driving at top speed? What would be your response to that? Would you not prefer to slow down now? Have you thought of the possibility of your house being burnt down? Is everything you value in one place? Have you thought of the possibility of floods, storms, typhoons, hurricanes, and cyclones? What will be your response to that? How ready are you for that? Have you thought of the possibility of losing your child? What will be your response to that? How ready are you for that? Do you want to have more children in case you lose one? Have you thought through the possibility of falling into sin or becoming a homosexual? What measures have you taken to protect yourself from these? Do you think it is possible? Better people have fallen for these things. Have you thought of the possibility of death for your spouse? What will be your response to that? Do you know people's lives are destroyed when their spouses die? Have you seen the way it affects them? Have you thought of the possibility of getting divorced? Do you know that higher and greater ministers have gotten divorced to their own surprise? Do you think they ever planned to be divorced? Do you think they had divorce on their mind when they first got married? Have you thought of the possibility of the death of your good friends and workers? What will be your response to that? How ready are you for that? Have you thought of the possibility of someone betraying you? What would be your response to that? Prepare yourself for war. You are fighting an unimaginably wicked enemy who has ultimate wicked ideas for you. One day, I sat down reflecting on a prominent city in Europe that had several thriving churches. I thought about each church and its pastor. To my shock, I realized that 2 of them had been to prison. 2 more had become homosexuals. Another of these prominent pastors has been displaced from this church and driven out of the city. Yet another pastor was being hounded by the government for various crimes. Satan had targeted the pastors of that city to destroy them. You must realize that the only plan that Satan has for you is wickedness to the highest degree. You must therefore prepare yourself to battle the highest kinds of ultimate evil. You must not rule things out of your mind and think that they cannot happen to you. This brings me to the end of today's reading. I hope you reflect on these words and be blessed. To obtain a personal copy, kindly visit www.daghewardmills.org or call or WhatsApp 0247 629 322. 0247 629 322. God bless you.